We're answering your questions about the stimulus. Mark Hensley, the Associate State Director for AARP North Carolina, the Triad region, and Scott Braddock from Scott Braddock Financial are with us. All right, Scott, let's start with you. This is a question of a woman says, my husband was deceased, but he got a stimulus payment anyway. What should she do with it?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question because there are a number of different errors being made, and some folks are receiving money that they shouldn't have. That's a pure example. And in that case, the first question that comes to mind is how are we going to deposit that check? If it's made out to her deceased husband, there's a good chance that we might not be able to do that unless she has an estate account set up at the bank or a probate account at the bank. She would be able to then deposit it. What I would recommend is just hold on to that check for right now. If she does have an estate account, go ahead and place it in that account for right now. What the IRS is saying is that there will be mistakes made. This is a huge unfolding here. So they are saying that they will not ask for that money back. I think good advice though would be to go ahead and just hold on to that for right now. Don't spend it, and let's just see what that happens over the next couple months.
All right, so hold on to it because we had someone asking about their parent who recently passed away, but that's kind of the same answer as well. Remember, if you want to ask us a question, you need to text your question, not call, but text your question. All right, Mark, this person is asking, I received a stimulus check, but my name was misspelled and I can't cash it. What can I do?
Oh, that's a really important point. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. It is up to the banking industry to help you negotiate out any kind of errors, including mistransposed bank numbers. So if it's a minor misspelling, work with your bank, talk to them, and banking is open with social distancing, and work with them on how either that can be deposited or they can communicate back with the IRS on that, correcting that payment.
All right, someone is asking, should I be weary if the IRS is asking to confirm bank information? And I'm going to say, if they're texting you back or emailing you back, then yes. But they do have to confirm your banking information on the IRS page. Correct, Mark?
That is correct. Again, scams are at an all-time high with trillions of dollars pouring into our community. Scammers are looking for ways to scam vulnerable people who are afraid they'll miss a payment. The IRS will not be contacting you directly through email or phone. Do not accept those types of communication.
All right, Scott, this is for you. Will my 2018 and 2019 taxes need to be filed before I get my stimulus money?
No, you don't need to file those tax returns in order to receive the stimulus payment. You know, the IRS has done a wonderful job with their website. So for folks that have not filed, there is a link right on the landing page for non-filers. I actually assisted a gentleman who called me go ahead and complete that information. So it's a pretty simple process. You just want to go ahead and click on that non-filers tab there on the IRS, their landing page there.
All right, Mark, this one is, if I'm the guardian for a disabled adult, will I receive a stimulus check for them?
No, because that is a disabled adult. The beneficiary, the dependent beneficiary amount of $500 is only applicable if an individual is 17 or younger. If that dependent is receiving SSI, then they will receive a stimulus payment the same way that they receive their monthly benefit.
Gotcha. And so there's also a question about veterans getting their benefits.
Actually, today, a spokesperson with U.S. Treasury addressed that. Veteran beneficiary recipients also will be receiving a stimulus, but it will be in early May. So I'm predicting that'll start sometime early next week.
All right, and then someone's asking, if I'm on Medicaid, will they take me off of it so I can receive a stimulus deposit? Someone told me that would happen.
That's an incredible question. This stimulus payment is a gift. It is not taxable income. It does not impact the amount or your qualification to receive any entitlement like Medicaid.
All right, and someone's asking, do I need to fill out forms to receive this stimulus?
That goes back to the great information that's on your website, directing people, if you're not filing, if you're a non-filer, to go to irs.gov and include your information that's requested. That also includes your bank information to make a direct deposit.
Gotcha. All right. Both of our guests have been answering your questions for the last half hour. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for doing that. What we want you to do is be able to go and get all of the information that you need in one place. So if you go to the Two Wants to Know section of WFMYnews2.com, you're going to see the timeline for when you get paper checks. You're going to see the new trick for using all caps. You're going to be able to get to the link to the IRS page and be able to find out how to get my payment. All of that is there for you so that it is an easy one-stop shop. And we want to thank you very much for texting in your questions.